Show.
Yeah, your old man really was getting into it. We saw him up there actually on the press conference. They talked a lot about actually putting a winner takes all or nothing on there. What happened with that bet, by the way? Did they do that?
Yeah, they've done it. My dad shook the manager's hand, and it's all or nothing. Double or nothing.
Really? So it's all on. That's the confidence.
Yeah, it's on.
Wow. So listen, Tyson, talk to us a little bit about the way in there. With
Definitely on, people. Definitely on.
Last one, what was the situation with the bet? What's happening with that? And was there anything spoken about the bet during the weigh?
There's nothing spoken about the weigh-in during the bet. I don't know what's going on with that. I'll leave that to my team. My job is to fight.
Final prediction?
Knockout.
Thank you, Tommy.
No way out of this fight.
Last one, what was the situation with the bet? What's happening with that? And was there anything spoken about the bet during the weigh?
There's nothing spoken about the weigh-in during the bet. I don't know what's going on with that. I'll leave that to my team. My job is to fight.
Final prediction?
Knockout.
Oh, ain't that interesting? Yeah, the man himself, who allegedly just signed the contract, as per his brother Tyson Fury, Timmy Fury, he ain't got a clue. Oh, I don't know my team. What does Tyson know? Tyson Fury, oh, my dad John, he signed the contract. John said, oh yes, oh. Tyson knows. John Fury knows. And this is what I tell you from now on, people. The Furies are full of BS. You can't trust a word out of their chops. John Fury was all in the video yesterday. I'll give you my word. Oh yes. Oh, on my mother's grave. Oh yes, it's done. It's a done deal. We're fighting. We're the bet, yes. Oh yes. Oh. John Fury literally made a dying will and testament. I saw people giving John Fury credit. Wow, John Fury's a real man. He come through, shake Jake Paul's hand. He's definitely going to get done. Tyson Fury out here woofing. These guys are all about narrative, all about spin. Not even a little bit's real. It's all fugazi. Don't tell me about how the Furies are honourable people. They're liars and fraudsters. Listen, I don't even think the bet's a good idea from Team Fury's point of view, so I get it. I'm not sitting here telling you that Fury should have took the bet. What I am saying is, if you don't want to bet, say that. Now you know what? I'm happy to go in there, fight, and the cards will lay where they may. What you don't do is woof, walk your dad out. Yeah, oh, you're getting it. Oh yes, we'll bet. Oh yes, oh. In fact, the press conference, your man's John Fury all in the video. The weigh-in, your man John Fury all in the video. Timmy fumbles as well. Yeah, the bet's on. The bet's on. Giving it all this one. The bet. And now all of a sudden, Timmy conveniently, I don't know about that. I don't know anything about the bet. My team, my bet. What bet? Oh, the bet. Timmy even stumbles. Oh, the bet the weigh-in. What? He gets all twit. I feel bad for the guy. I'm gonna be real with you. His head's frazzled. And I've been mentioning for people who follow my channel know I've discovered this kind of principle in boxing about frazzled central nervous systems. Yeah, when people's central nervous systems aren't firing properly, they get chinned real quick. And people can say why be a Jake Paul fango. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing right now. I'm seeing the nerve endings in Timmy Fumbles' chops are going to be like, what do they call it? What starter wood. Or a tinder, that's what it is. Timmy Fumbles' chops nerves is a tinderbox right now. He can't even speak straight. Let me remind you of how this guy can't speak straight.
Going a bit. I don't know what's going on with that. I'll leave that. He has no way out of this fight.
Last one, what was the situation with the bet? What's happening with that? And was there anything spoken about the bet during the weigh?
There's nothing spoken about the weigh-in during the bet. I don't know what's going on with that. I'll leave that to my...
There was nothing spoken about the weigh-in during the bet. What? Is it? One more time.
He has no way out of this fight.
Last one, what was the situation with the bet? What's happening with that? And was there anything spoken about the bet during the weigh?
There's nothing spoken about the weigh-in during the bet. I don't know what's going on with that. I'll leave that to my team.
There was nothing spoken about the weigh-in during the bet. This guy's central nervous system is shagged, people. I'm telling you now, there's so much nervous energy. The fact he didn't sign is part of that nervous energy. The pressure that not signing has added. Do you understand that, people? It's one thing, the pressure Tommy Fury had anyway. Huge pressure from his family. Huge pressure from the UK public. Huge pressure from real boxers. Now he's got the added pressure of going to bed over the last few nights thinking, oh, Jake Paul's exposed me about not taking a bet. Oh, people know I'm scared now. They know I don't believe I'm going to win. Do you understand? This adds to again, he's got a Tinderbox chops. Tinderbox chops. That's what I see in this guy. Now, it doesn't mean he ain't going to fight hard. What I am saying is, whether he fights hard or not, the first decent shot that lands, I've seen these ones before. These guys, yeah, who are nervy, who are mixing their words up and whatever else. These are the guys who go in there. Again, they may or may not fight hard. The first shot lands and you know what I mean? It's like, it stiffens them up. The central nervous system just shuts down and it just stiff as a board. And what you notice after them kind of KOs are, the people are actually relieved. Because finally, all that central nervous system frazzling that's been going on, building over the last few weeks, is finally released. Oh, it's over. Yes, I've been knocked spark out, but at least it's over. Yeah? Central nervous system reset. That's what Timmy is fixing to have tomorrow, from what I'm seeing. I might be wrong, listen. Again, I'm just going based on the evidence we have in front of us. The evidence we have in front of us is Timmy can't speak straight. But anyway, back to the point here. Tyson Fury lying, John Fury lying, Timmy fumbles lying, and even this here's lying. Oh, I don't know about my team. You do know about your team, Timmy. Yeah? This isn't 1950s, and you've got the mob running boxing and mob managers making decisions. No, these fighters, they're all A-sides. Timmy fumbles tells his team, get it done, it gets done. About it, and the worst thing is, I predicted this. Go on my other channel. It may have even been on this channel, but go on my other channel. YB, the Trap God. Trap God or Trap? I'm not sure one of the... Yeah, YB the Trap God. Go on that one. YB the Trap God. Go on that channel. I've been exposed. I actually predicted 24 hours ago the excuse Timmy would use. And that was, Timmy will say, on cameras at the time, yeah, I'll sign. Just got to get my team to look through it. And then in the next 24 hours, it's with my team. And here we are. I kid you not. I told you what he'd say. He wouldn't come out and say, no, we're not signing it. He'd say, yeah, it's with my team. I'm just a boxer. I don't make decisions. I'm just a boxer. That's the same thing we hear Tyson Fury mention when it comes to the Usyk fight. Oh, I just want to fight. I don't get involved in the business. You know what I'm saying? And that's convenient. Yeah? Tyson Fury got involved in the business fighting Derek Chisora. Yeah? Timmy Fumble get involved in the business fighting a whole bunch of bums. And bear in mind, again, people, this is a bet Timmy said he wanted. Well, actually, tell a lie. Actually, Timmy didn't say he wanted it. His dad said he wanted it. So the question is, where's John Fury now? John Fury should be all in the video on Instagram, and I've been checking to make sure where he at. Where is John Fury on the video? Oh. Yeah? Giving all that energy now, because Timmy just said he don't know what's going on with his team. So I expect, bear in mind, people, John Fury, who's supposed to be bare knuckle and full of honour, Mr. Bare Knuckle John Fury came out, shook Jake Paul's hand, you've got a deal, rah. So where is that man now following up with Timmy's team? That same man with all this honour, he should be saying, listen, Timmy, you just said it's with your team, I need to be on your team's backside, because my honour's at stake here. Oh, you don't see John. Conveniently, John has fell off. In fact, the last I heard from John was him woofing, oh yes, you get knocked out in 2 rounds. If he's getting knocked out in 2 rounds, sign the papers. Yeah, just run it up, sign the papers. You should have been signed the papers. That's what you said at the time. Oh, my team going to look it through and make sure it's all above board and we're going to sign it. What happened to that one? Instead, John Fury trying to shine. John Fury loves to shine. That's what this was about. That's why John Fury could not keep his mouth shut. Had to jump in. Yeah, we'll sign. It's not even about the bet. It's about John Fury just wanting to get on camera. That's what it's literally about, people. John Fury's desperate to living vicariously through his sons. And you see Tyson's smarter than Timmy. Yeah? Peep this, people. And that's another reason I'm confident Jake Paul wins, is because, look, if John Fury was that much of a good trainer, question, why isn't Tyson Fury working with John Fury? Oops. Do you understand this, people? Tyson Fury knows the game of boxing. And why is the guy who knows the game of boxing, why hasn't he picked his dad up? Why isn't Tyson Fury putting his dad on? Timmy is. Because John Fury don't know a lick about boxing. That's just what it is. Don't get me wrong. John Fury can jump in and and give it all the boss when he isn't the one having to fight. But we all know when John Fury has to squabble, he goes spark out. And in fact, that's a great example of what I was talking about. I've mentioned to you guys about the Tinderbox chops. Yeah, the Tinderbox chops. John Fury versus the Black Skellington is a great example of this. And not only that, it shows that the Furies have a hereditary predisposition towards Tinderbox chops. Yeah? Now, in all fairness, Tyson Fury doesn't get knocked out or knocked down because he's nervous. Well, who knows? He might be nervous. That's why he don't never sign the big fights. Oops. Either way, these guys go down the same way. Fury versus Wilder 1, flat on his back. John Fury, yeah? Look at, call me a liar. The Black Skellington knocked out John Fury. Yes, Tyson Fury's recovery was better, but they both went down the same way. Flat on their backs. Spark out. Do you understand? That is what you call Tinderbox chops. And Timmy has one. I actually think Timmy's is worse. That's the travesty here, people. I actually think, as bad as Tyson Fury's chin is and John Fury's chin is, I think Timmy's is even worse. I really do. That's why he's been fighting people with, who does that? Who, even at the bum level? Who fights? Timmy has 3 or 4 people on his resume with O's in their win columns. They've never caught a W. And Timmy has gone points with them. Who does that? Even starting a pro career. Bear in mind, for a man who's self-professed, I've been doing this for 20 years and I've been in boxing. I've had more school dinners than you've had. Or I've been boxing longer than you've had school dinners. All that rubbish. So why are you fighting people with 0 and 26 in your resume? Why are you going life and death with a dude with 0 and 26? That's the question. I'll tell you why. Tinderbox chops. Yeah? Tommy Fury was nervy and edgy against Anthony Taylor. A man who's about 4 foot tall. I'm telling you now. I'm not going to lie to you. Am I betting on the KO? I'm not. What I am saying is, I'm betting on Jake Paul winning. And I will not be surprised if it did be a KO. I can see it going every which way with Jake Paul winning. I see no way Tommy wins. I really don't. Unless it's a miracle. Or some sort of robbery, some sort of scam on points. End of day. Anyway, let's wrap this one up. End of day, Tommy Fury, 24 hours ago, was telling us, yeah, the bet, as was John Fury, and since, we haven't heard squat. And in fact, never mind, it's with my team, Jake Paul, I can now reveal to you mans, Jake Paul has officially exposed Timmy Fumbles, has fumbled the bet. Scary ass dude.
Alright, get this. So, as you guys saw the bet yesterday on stage, Tommy agreed to it, shook my hand on stage. His dad said that they were agreed to it. So, I signed the contract right in front of them. We send it over to their lawyers, and just as I thought, they have gone silent as a mouse for the last 24 hours. They do not want to sign the contract, and it just goes to show that they have this false confidence. Put your money where your mouth is. You shook on it like a man, and now you guys haven't signed the actual contract to make the deal official. Soft.
Wow, people. There you go.
Alright,
then.
get this. So, as you guys saw the bet
My
yesterday
doggy,
on stage,
the JP. He's been exposed, this guy now, Timmy Fumbles. Again, I feel sorry for him. It wasn't his fault. He didn't actually agree to it. It was his dad. But if you're not sure, don't politic afterwards. Oh, my team got it. Don't do that one. Come out and say, listen, Jake Paul, I don't know what you be on. You be on the BS. I'm not playing your games. I'm not betting. That's what you had to say. Tommy Fury could have come out. He actually could have owned it. Jake Paul, I'm not playing your weird, funny style mind games. Yeah? Me and you are going to run it tomorrow night and the cards will lay where they lay. I might get knocked out. You might get knocked out. That's all I know. All I know is someone getting knocked out. That's the spin I'd have gone with. in his position. Or I'd have said to Jake Paul, never mind double or nothing. How about winner takes all? Winner takes all means you give me your full purse if I win. Those were the two plays Tommy Fury should have been on. Instead, again, because of his Tinderbox chops derives from people's nervous systems not operating properly. You heard Tommy can't speak properly, so who are we to expect him to be able to think properly? Yeah, the reason Tommy Fury isn't thinking, wait a minute, why don't I tell Jake Paul to sit down somewhere and be quiet? He couldn't do that. He's living in his reactionary, primitive animal brain. Just jumping. Okay, yeah, I'll do it. Do you understand? And this is Jake Paul 101. Jake Paul's calm and collected. Notice this. Jake Paul's not on the back foot. Jake Paul's not the one running around trying to defend his manhood as such 24 hours before the biggest fight of his life. No, he's the one out here clowning off at your expense. And again, a good experienced trainer would be on top of this for Tommy. Not jumping in there, making it worse. That's the bottom line, people. When John Fury came out, clearly Timmy didn't want to say yes at the press conference. John Fury come out and writing checks that he ain't got a cash. A good trainer would have instead de-escalated the situation. AKA, rather than John Fury jumping in and putting his son in a bad situation where he's going to look bad in 24 hours when it's not signed, John Fury could have stepped in and said, we ain't playing your game, Jake Paul. Take that bet and stick it up your backside. Yeah? Simple. That really was a simple. I mean, how much more simple can you get? Jake Paul, that bet you talked about, take it and ram it right up your backside. Oops. Simple play. That's what John Fury, as a caring father and a proper manager/trainer, should have done. Instead, John Fury, like I mentioned earlier, he ain't trying to be I'm not even sure he has the IQ to be a top trainer. I'm not even sure he has the IQ to be a good father. I'm not saying, I'm talking in terms of this sport, in terms of this fight. What we've seen, John Fury is not being a good father. Bottom line, I don't care what no one says. Based on what we saw in the last few days, he's not been a supportive or good father. The last thing your son needs to hear is, if you don't win, don't come home. You know what I mean? Is that really what a good father and or a good trainer and or a good manager needs to tell their son? Even if you feel that way as a father, telling your son that before the biggest fight of his life, when he hasn't had no big... It's just mad, isn't it? But again, this isn't about Tommy Fury being his best. This is about John Fury trying to be all in the video. Because John Fury was a nobody in his own life. So instead of trying to raise his son up, he's trying to he's not purposefully dragging him down, but that's what's ended up happening. Tommy Fury is literally in one of the worst positions I've ever seen. AKA Tinderbox chops. Yeah, Tommy Fury don't know where he's coming or going. That's just what it is, people. He don't. Jake Paul's out here calm, and I've just punked Tommy off, and Tommy looking all the way sad now. Tommy having to sit in interviews saying, it's with my team. How bad's that, son? You know how bad that is? You think Tommy doesn't know that he's just bottled the deal? And now Jake Paul's out here dragging him about how he's bottled the deal. Now the whole public knows he's bottled the deal. Now the whole public's inferring, Tommy Fury don't really believe he can win. And it all could have been shut down. All it required was John Fury not to make it about him. All it required was John Fury to be a good father. Just for a minute, John, stop thinking about yourself. Bearing in mind, when it was your turn, John, when Mickey Theo was sticking it on you to squabble with a pause and put money up to bet, you weren't giving it all this, let's do it. You was, I'm leaving town. People, it's not right. People want to see two old men fight. What? Keep the same energy. Now it's your son who's got to do the backing up, and that, you know what I mean? Man, it's whack. I thought, again, genuinely, I feel bad for Timmy. He doesn't know what he's saying. He doesn't know whether he's coming or going. At the press conference, what did he say? There wasn't any bet at the weigh-in. There wasn't any weigh-in at the bet or something like that. What? That's what he said. There isn't any weigh-in at the bet. What's that? My team's dealing with the weigh-in at the bet. Your team is dealing with the weigh-in at the bet. This guy scrambled. And Jake Paul, that's the crazy people you think you man ain't getting this. Team Timmy Dons, yeah, you ain't getting this. This isn't Monday morning after Jake Paul's been hitting this guy in his nelly for 12 rounds or 8 rounds. I wouldn't mind Timmy getting his words all scrambled up on Monday morning after the fight, but this guy's all scrambled up. Jake Paul ain't even touched the guy yet. Do you understand that? And that's what I'm getting at. That's how tragic this is for Timmy Fumbles. His nervous system's already scrambled. Yeah? And the first shot that I'm telling you now, the first big shot that lands, I can see it ending there and then. The relief. Timmy Fumbles' nervous system right now is stressed up to the hilt. Too much going on. Your job as a trainer is to reduce stimuli as much as possible. To be calm. More stimuli is not... Tell John Fury that. John Fury's in there, all noise, all lights, all action. That's the last thing you want. Especially, fair enough, yeah, if you're an experienced fighter who's used to performing under these circumstances, and that's your thing, like Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor's whole shtick was hyping up and whatever else. But that's the point. The point is, Conor McGregor would use that as an advantage. He'd remember, in fact, I've been explaining to you a lot about Tinderbox chops. Yeah? Where the fight is so amped up. The first shot that lands, it's like, it's a relief. And in fact, the perfect textbook example, it's not a joke. I've been studying this for the last 10 years. It's serious stuff, Tinderbox chops. Yeah? The textbook example of Tinderbox chops is Conor McGregor versus Jose Aldo. That is Tinderbox chops, textbook 101. Yeah? Conor McGregor was getting at that guy. It's well documented. If you were around at the time, you'll know. Conor McGregor was on that guy for, 6 months to a year. And Aldo wanted it so bad. Too much he wanted it. And what happened? Aldo, whoever was, we saw Aldo in there with Chad Mendes, battling it out, back and forth. That same guy, who otherwise has a cast iron chin, goes in there, he goes forward. The first shot McGregor flies. The guy was stiff. His nervous system, the relief of it. He couldn't believe he was waking up like, what? You could see Aldo, he's like, that's what Aldo did. Aldo got, and his nervous system sighed, finally, it's over. Do you understand that, people? The body, not even the body, the mind, it's not conscious. Aldo consciously didn't want out of the fight. Subconsciously. Well, you saw what happened. Yeah? The way Jose Aldo got put to sleep, that wasn't... you call me a liar. Did any of you see Jose Aldo's unconscious or subconscious or parasympathetic nervous system trying to fight for him? Yeah? Jose Aldo went to sleep from the first shot that landed, did you see his nervous system trying to hang in there? And we've seen fighters be hit before and they're still trying to hang in there. There was no hanging in there from Jose. There's a reason for that. His unconscious system wanted out. Like I said, look at the guy the other weekend. Volkanovski versus, what's the guy's name? Volkanovski versus Makhachev. Makhachev got hit in the 5th round, and you see his nervous system scramble. In as much as he didn't go out, spark out, did he? Makhachev got hit and was able, his central nervous system was fighting for him. Yeah? His nervous system was still in the fight. He got hit, went down, and was able to, yeah? You see what I'm trying to say? His body wanted to fight for him. You show me where you saw Aldo's body trying to fight for him. There was no fighting for him. It was relief. Oh, God, thank God that's over. Yeah? His nervous system sighed of relief when McGregor put him out. That's what happened. Because it's Tinderbox chops. Yeah? All that pent-up energy and anxiety and hype and what you're seeing John Fury doing is only exacerbating it. And that's why Jake Paul's is a master of this kind of stuff. He knows what he's doing. He knows he can't lose in this, or the bet that Jake Paul put out there, he can't lose. Jake Paul's making 10 million kind of thing. It makes no difference to him whether he makes 10 or 7. That's essentially what happened. Jake Paul's put an offer out there that puts all the pressure on Timmy, and it changes his position from 10 to 7. It makes no difference to Jake Paul. And a smart management team would know that. They could have countered. Timmy Fury could have countered. Said, listen, never mind double or nothing. How about winner takes all? How about we put the whole 10 million pot up there and the winner takes... That's what would have been fair. But they weren't thinking about that. John Fury ain't thinking about being fair or being logical or being tactical or being strategic. He's thinking about how can I be the most dramatic? How can I be the most goofy? Yeah, let's jump at the first thing. Since when do you jump at the first thing? Since when do you agree to the first thing your opponent puts on you? John Fury, such an alpha guy. Why didn't John Fury come through and say, listen, Jake Paul, sit your clown having ass down. I'll make the bet. Innit? That's what the play should have been. Let me tell you now, if I ever have kids and my son's a boxer and we're fighting someone and his opponent comes out and says, I've got a bet for you, I say, sit your little ass down. I'll be doing the bets here. Yeah? Big Pappy be making the bets, not no goofy looking ass or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? That's what an elder's supposed to do. You're supposed to control the situation. You're supposed to be running game. Since when do you let your opponents, you know what I mean? Since when do you let the goofy opponent, YouTuber, run game on your son? You know, it's nonsensical. But it shows you how thirsty John Fury is to shine. John Fury don't care that he's sold his son down the river. John Fury don't care that he's adding stress and he's creating Tinderbox chops for his son. He just wants a minute on the TV cameras. That's the God on his truth. John Fury would trade Tommy Fury's win in this fight for a minute on camera every day of the week. What's that? I can get on camera for a minute? Yeah, never mind Tommy Fury's win. That's what we actually saw. We saw John Fury sign away Tommy Fury's life-changing money just because of his ego. Yeah, you got a deal. Again, it wasn't even a good deal. What the... John Fury just pure in his... John Fury is a low vibrational animal almost. He's not though, is he? Let's be real now. To sit there and say John Fury is operating as a constructive adult, you're a liar. He's a low vibrational animals would have even in the animal kingdom they make smart decisions about resources. John Fury's out here signing things away. Unbelievable. It's really unbelievable, isn't it? Putting his I'm gonna be real here. His son was already... Tommy already has a mammoth task. Never mind all this stuff thrown on top. Do you know what I'm saying? It was already mammoth. Even in the most perfect circumstances, I think Jake Paul wins. But now it's... I'm sorry, people. For me, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for this guy, Timmy. Complete wrap. He doesn't want the bet. That in itself... I mean, what does that say about someone? Jake Paul offered him the bet. Jake Paul's supposed to be the easy fight. Why not take it? The only answer is, you're not really that certain you will win. Again, why would you subject yourself and or your son to that? John Fury should have come in and said, we ain't playing your game. That's really the best play. We ain't playing your games. We ain't doing no goofy bets. Yeah? I probably would have spun it back and said, listen, Jake Paul, your fights are all fixed. Yeah, we ain't doing no fixed fight gown. I don't know. Yeah, I'd have said something like, oh, listen, we've heard about how you fix your fights and you... That's how I'd have spun it. Now, we ain't doing that fixed gambling rubbish you be doing. Yeah? Keep your bets to yourself. Put the narrative back on, you know, or something to not pile the pressure onto my son. Surely, no? Nah, you know what YB, now let's pile even more pressure on to my son, who has never been to this level. So, where do they honestly, man, where do they find these guys at anyway? I'll stop rambling, but end of the day, people, what I can tell you is, and if I'm wrong, I've already put it out there, if I'm wrong, I'll never make a bet again on this one. I'm telling you now, take it to the bank. The Jake Paul, even... I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I can see it going points. I can see it going KO. All I know is, Jake Paul beats Timmy. 1,000,000% confirmed. Timmy don't have no power. He slaps. got big muscles are good. Mike Tyson had big muscles that produced power. Timmy has big muscles that don't have no pop. So it's like you get nothing from them. All you get is tired and you've got no payback. Normally, Mike Tyson would get tired, yeah, but Mike Tyson would get tired after pounding someone for 5 rounds. Do you understand? There's a key difference there. Being tired and you haven't done no damage isn't the same as battering someone for 6 rounds and then falling off. That's Tommy Fury's problem. He's going to be gassed super early, all this nervous energy on top, not do no damage, and Jake Paul going to be in there just punking him. Bottom line. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. The contract has not been signed. It won't be signed. Tommy Fury knows he's going to lose. But this is good for us. Good for people who support Jake Paul, because it means we can be more confident. This whole situation is only beneficial for Jake Paul. Jake Paul now has that added, I now know. It's a bit like Mike Tyson would sit there and look his fighters in the eye. And Mike Tyson would say, I know I'd beat them, or I know I had them beat if they looked away. I knew there was a chink in their armour. I didn't know if they could still fight hard for a few rounds, but I knew that ultimately they would break. Now I actually think, I don't believe in all that looking in the eye rubbish, but what I do think is, this whole shtick Jake Paul has is the level above that. This is the new generation version of that, Mike Tyson saying. Because this is factual. Yeah, whether someone looks away or not, people can look away for a number of reasons. Doesn't necessarily mean they ain't going to win the fight. Yeah, but someone refusing not to bet on winning the fight tells you all you need to know. Because you bet your bum dollar. When Tommy Fury was fighting Daniel Bochinski, if Daniel Bochinski had said, Tommy, double or quits, what do you think Tommy would have said? Do you think Tommy would have said, I need my lawyers to look at it? No, he wouldn't have done. He'd have said, wow, innit? Let's be real now. That's as simple as it is, people. When Tommy Fury was fighting Anthony Taylor or Daniel Bochinski, if they'd have said to him, if Jake Paul had said to Tommy Fury, Tommy, if you beat Anthony Taylor, I'll double your money at double or nothing. What do you think Tommy would have done? Tommy would have been all over it all day. And that's the problem we have right now, because he's not all over it all day. That difference, there's only one answer. He knows I'm not saying he thinks he's going to lose. What I am saying is, he ain't sure he's going to win. Yeah. And the bad thing is, from Tommy Fury's point of view, he doesn't even know if Jake Paul feels the same. He didn't even test Jake Paul. And that was John Fury's job. John Fury's job, or the manager's job, is to put it back on Jake Paul. You know what, Jake? No worries. You put your whole salary up, and we'll put our whole salary up. Even if you don't intend on signing that, at least put it out there. At which point, Jake Paul then has to decide, am I that confident? Am I that confident to put my whole wages up? But guess what? John Fury didn't even test that, did they? You literally got played by Jake Paul, bottom line. You didn't even, I mean, this is basic stuff, people. Basic Game of War stuff. And Jake Paul is dominating in that corner. Team Fury, they're so animalistic. They're so low vibrational. They're just being played. Simple as that, people. Completely played. They don't know what's going on. That's the God's honest truth. Tommy Fury doesn't know what's going on. He's all over the place. And that's another reason he's going to lose the fight. Completely, his mind, his noggin is completely scrambled at this point. Basic things that should have been done weren't done. How can you do that? How can you let someone just get off on you like that? I've got a bet for you. Yeah, let's take it. Yeah, let's take it. Who does that? Seriously. IB, you keep repeating yourself. I'm shocked, people. I'm shocked. Your son's in his first big fight, and you're out here just making it worse for him. You know what I'm saying? And not giving no pushback. There was not one bit of pushback from John Fury. Yeah, Jake Paul, we'll put our salary up. You put yours up. That's a fair bet. Nope. yeah, we'll do it. We'll do whatever you... Essentially, John Fury came out and said, yes, Jake Paul, whatever you want, we'll do. And that's one thing. That there can be a powerful statement. That can be strengthening if you actually do it. You'd understand that. If you come out red hot, yeah, I'll do whatever you want, we're that confident, we're going to smoke you. That's powerful. That's a powerful position to be in. But to jump on it, yeah, we'll do it, and then you don't do it, that's the absolute opposite. You can't be weaker than that. To say and shake hands and make a big scene about something, only not to do it, shows you're completely fugazi. I mean, we've been known that anyway, but this is bad, man. This is bad. Anyway, not long now, 12 hours, 18 hours. For me, it's a fight of the year candidate in terms of the hype and whatever else. Red hot, finger licking good. Jake Paul wins, bottom line. Timmy can't hang. Let me know your thoughts. And in fact, I want to hear from some Timmy fans. What do you think about this? Your man's is not prepared or was not prepared to bet the coins. My question is, why wasn't he? Yeah? How can you back your man? And I ain't gonna lie to you, I am glad. I am glad Team Fury are backing themselves, because them coins are going to boost me back up. Get my Ubambi coins back. But outside of that, I am genuinely I'm intrigued. How are you backing? What are people seeing to back Timmy? I've seen him slapping his chest, he's tensing his muscles. Honestly, people don't appreciate. I've been to a decent level in sport, yeah. The last thing you want to do before a big event is burn all his energy off. Timmy's doing this big muscles, doing his double bicep and doing all of his bodybuilding poses. Like, as a normal person, you think, oh, that don't really matter. But trust me, it adds up. All this back chest banging and shouting and pumping arms, and it's all energy, I'm telling you now. It's all energy. And unfortunately, in my opinion, it isn't energy Timmy Fumbles has to give away. You understand what I'm saying? He doesn't have spare energy. This isn't a case of, oh, if it was Tommy versus a bum, like the other 8 fights, then yeah, Tommy can afford to just waste energy. But this ain't one of them ones, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, Jake Paul, he's zen, he's calm, he's played this perfectly, he's had no pushback. If I'm wrong, you man tell me over the last few months, show me one time you've seen Jake Paul in a bad position. Team Fury have never tested this guy. It's always been Jake Paul on the offense. It's been Jake Paul putting the offers out there. It's been Jake Paul chasing the guy down. It's been Jake Paul pushing for the fight 3 times. It's been Jake Paul making bets Timmy don't want. I've never seen Jake Paul on the back foot. His mind will be completely clear, completely calm, knowing I've got one up over you. When Timmy goes to sleep tonight, what's he going to be thinking? Honestly, I think Timmy's head's going to be all over the place. I actually think the fact he's had a daughter born makes it even worse. It's fair enough, yeah. If your daughter's 1 year old and you've got into that rhythm, but this is he's young as well. I'm 30 years old. I wouldn't know where to start having a child. At 23 years old, to have a new baby. And I think it's all going to be too much. I really do. I think all of it adds. Now, there is potentially you could say, well, YB, having a new baby gives him something to fight for, which is, that can be true to some extent. Tommy Fury might fight harder on the basis that he's got something to fight for, but I don't know about all that. I think more so, it's just pressure, isn't it? Getting knocked out in front of your wife and your newborn baby. Rather than, I'm going to dig in deep because I've got my kids there. I ain't going to lie to you. Could it go either way? All I'm saying is, it could go either way. What I'm saying is, when you put all the factors that have been adding up, I'd much rather Tommy's daughter not have been here, if that makes sense, for what it's worth. Going into this fight in such, I think it's in the last few weeks, the baby's been born, if you get what I'm saying. So it's a lot of, especially when I've been mentioning about Tinderbox chops, yeah? What does that do to the central nerve? I've never had kids, but what I've heard, having kids, it's an emotional roller coaster, especially for the first time. You're in training camp, your daughter's boy, you know what I mean? You're in this, we already know that you've got Tinderbox chops. So know this now. I can see, I'm not going to bet on it. Well, I'm betting on Jake Paul to win, but I'm saying I wouldn't bet my life on a pure KO. But I'm saying don't be surprised to see Timmy. Like, when Timmy gets hit, don't think that he's going to be fighting to get back up. Or I can see him, like the Black Skellington did to his pops. I can see him just out flat on his back. His central nervous system, sighing of relief. Oh, just letting go. Letting go of all of it. My daughter, man, I got a new baby here. Jake Paul's put pressure on me about the bet. My family's on my back. The bare knuckle, can't lose. I can't come. All that stuff just, and he's flat on his back. I think it's going to be, honestly, if it's a KO, that's how it's going to go. A cold one. I can see it where Timmy's on his back for like 40 seconds, just flat out. Doesn't even put his head up, just flat out, literally. Getting rid of all that anxiety, all that energy, just gone. And it will take 40 seconds for it to deprocess out of his system. That's what I mean when I say flat out. Same as Aldo. Aldo was flat out because for a year McGregor had just built up the Tinderbox chops. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Jake Paul fixing to wash this guy. Smash the like button, subscribe, and lick off the bell 100%.